Hello, I'm James Fowkes. I'm here at NUS as the Keong visiting professor in public law. I'm here to meet some of your students and, of course, to give this lecture. I'm originally from South Africa, and this is where I did my first law training, but I'm based in Germany at the University of Münster, and that is where I teach and have taught for the last 10 years. So I'm not against the constitutional systems of any particular Western system or all of them. I'm against the habit of talking about this idea and believing it's a meaningful way to understand the world. I think it's a concept that's outdated and one that we need to get beyond. Well, this is the side effect, that we all understand that when people in the West say, our system is best, the Western system is the only one or the right one, people naturally respond by saying, no, we want ours instead. We want African constitutionalism, we want Asian values. But I think ultimately these terms are as difficult to sustain as poorer way to understand the world. It's just that they're responses to a concept that we should drop. So my argument is against them too, but as a secondary thing, Western constitutionalism is the original sin. It really comes from teaching. It comes from teaching students. It comes from what it's like to try and teach the common law, for example, in Germany, where I teach. When you try to teach it as a global system, and you have to confront the fact that it's often seen, of course, as a Western system. It comes also from where I'm from. I'm from South Africa, and our constitution is often these days attacked as Western. It's an argument I find difficult and one that I want to oppose, and so that too brings me naturally to engage with these issues. Well, a habit is only a choice we've got out of the habit of consciously making. And I think we should get back into the habit of consciously thinking about this choice. It is a choice to talk about the world this way. It's a choice that is based on some very old and not very pleasant ideas, and I think it is a habit we should get out of the habit of practicing. Well, I think it helps us to see that there might be ways to divide up the constitutional world that make a lot more sense. That if we think about lines of which systems do federalism or don't do federalism, which systems do responsive state practices that try to look after their citizens and which ones don't, and so on, and so on, and so on. There are myriad other ways we might slice up the world once we allow ourselves to do it that way. But it also, I think, allows us to stop habits of thinking that some kinds of constitutionalism or some kind of ideas are the ones that we are locked into because of where we come from, or because of which Western or non-Western box we are said to be in. I think it allows us to get back to a freer constitutional agency, to choose for ourselves more freely what it is that we want our constitutions to be and how we want to understand them.